So alright. So alright. So good good week good weekend of battle rap. It's been a good weekend of battle rap. Last night the smack track to URL tournament was dope. Let's see. Salute to everybody in the tournament last night. Um, Salute to Oppa winning, picking up 6K off the floor. That was dope. That was dope to watch. It was definitely dope to watch. Uh, Big Maryland, you know, they really gonna hate the DMV now. You know, like people not just be bragging where I'm from, but yeah, but we got a slew of talent. Like it's a lot of talent from out here. Like whether we just talk about Maryland or we talk about the DMV as a whole, it's, it's a lot of talent. Um, a lot of people got to see some of the talent that's been cooking from the last couple of months to like since part of this year. And if we being honest, um, a lot of them just kind of got their just do last night. They got their just do as far as people acknowledging how talented certain ballers are. Like, um, Like, don't get me wrong, the media and Twitter Spaces, they, you hear how people are fans, how talented you are, but sometimes until it comes from certain people, it does, like, then it really like clicks for you. So last night was like it was a moment for a few of them last night. Um, Appa going from the spaces, EFM, impersonation battles to winning the headband, being the top guy, eye battle. Like patience, patience. A lot of them waited for their moment, and it came last night. Um, so it's just good to see Appa get his just due. Um, like he mentioned in one of the rounds, how people wanted him to change up his style and everything. And my thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like Appa's been doing what he's been doing for a minute over at iBattle, and it's got him as far as it got him. So I think he did just fine last night, and it got him to win 6K in the tournament. So if you're a fan of Appa, you're going to be a fan of Appa and how he raps, his style. I don't think he got to change it for URL. If you're a fan of him, you're going to be a fan of him. Suggesting to him that he would have to change his style, it's cool, fine, and dandy. And and of course, when you hit certain platforms and points, people are going to say, "Oh, you got to change this, you got to change that about yourself." I'm pretty sure Appa's battle rap IQ is smart enough for him to know my crowd over at iBattles one way, the URL crowd is a totally different way. So I may have to adjust what like how I put my rounds together. Not the material. It may be just how he puts the round together or how he says certain things. Because what may hit for iBattle may not hit for URL. But Battle Rap IQ, Appa's smart enough to know these things. I don't feel as though people have to tell him that. Now, if he has a manager and the manager's pointing these things out, then that's one thing. But anybody else who's not his manager, basically telling him he need to do this, that, and the third, gotta relax. Him being him is what got him to URL. Staying down, grinding, knowing that eventually his moment would come far as URL. And that got him 6K richer last night, winning the smack track URL tournament last night over Raw. Whereas Appa may have won a tournament and won the 6K. Raw's not a loser because he was the underdog all along. And he got a sponsor that's willing to put up 10K for him to battle Loso. That's big for Florida. That's big for Florida when we talk about it. So he may have lost the tournament. But that didn't stop him getting a form of a win still. A Loso battle, he still gets. Like, if you've been following Raw, he was the underdog. He was probably the one person out of the 8 of them that I really didn't hear too many people talking about, which was a little crazy to me. Because he's dope and he's been having amazing performances. Win, lose, draw, he's showing up 3 rounds. Not stumbling, fumbling, choking. None of that. 3 solid rounds. So it is a little strange to me that it took for him to battle Fendi in the King of the Cabin tournament as far as funds for me to start hearing a lot of people talk about Raw. And it's like, him and Malpractice was dope. Him and Monty was dope. But I guess because how controversial the battle with Fendi was, that really got people talking. When Raw been putting on for Florida and We the 9 for a minute. So I don't know. I really don't know what to say with that one. But Appa's gonna do some big things as far as URL. Raw. Him and Loso is gonna be one of those. Him gonna, like, don't get me wrong, him and Loso is a battle for Florida. But because it's now through URL, makes it even more of an important battle. So like, if you've been like I said, if you've been following Raw, you know he's been doing his numbers. You know these things. I can imitate Joseph. So sky's the limit for Raw, if you ask me. Sky's the limit for him. I know he's going to do great against Loso. Win, lose, or draw. He's going to have some shit in that Loso battle. Gary, Gary Austin. He's always been a entertaining battler with good bars, good energy, performance, delivery. Like, the comparison with Sheed, y'all gonna always compare him to, like, anybody who comes out the DMV, y'all always comparing them to somebody else from DMV. So at this point, it's expected. Like, just say salute the Kells. Say salute the Kells. Kells got a hell of a lot of talent over there at OSBL. And the crazy part is, when we talk OSBL, everybody wants to keep talking about, oh, the URL guys, URL guys, URL guys. And it's like, there are so many killers over there that are not OSBL guys. I mean, that are not URL guys yet. You know, like P Black, Gary, uh, Zeke. Zeke now doing the Crucible. Slugger, like SB Smoke, Black Ab. Like, there's so much talent at OSBO, and it's like everybody only mentions the URL guys, and it's like, bro, Vito, but like Vito, like there's so much talent there that you can go catch wreck with that is not necessarily a URL guy, and still go catch wreck and have a great battle with. So I know me understanding the whole thing with that. Um, I don't know. I can't really say for that. I can't really say. Like, just think about it this way: two of the hottest newer guys is from Maryland. Eunice, Appa. Like, whether y'all want to admit it, the DMV got a lot of talent. Hate it all you want. Maryland got a lot of talent. Like, the one they call the logo as in Tay Rock, Maryland. The young gun that's doing this thing right now, Eunice, Maryland. The next person to be doing their thing out the newer guys, Appa, Maryland. Like, just say you hate the DMV at this point. And I'm gonna be okay with it. I'm gonna be okay with it, you know. If you just say that. Just say DMV got so much talent that it's just like, I'm tired of them producing so much talent. But you can't. Um, Going down next weekend, you got another one of the series that Easy's been doing. Like the trenches, the court series. This is going down Sunday. Sunday. Now I know Easy did mention, if you buy Exodus the stream, he's gonna add these battles to it, because I heard him, like, I think he said it in his live, on one of his lives he said it. But let's get into it. You got Cutter versus King Kid. Let's talk about it, because Cutter is from Florida also, but we've seen Cutter what, two times, and then now we're seeing him again versus uh one of the top Florida guys and King Kid. So this is interesting. This is interesting because when you talk to most of the people as far as Florida, and Cutter's name gets brought up, I don't hear them have too much to say in regards to him. So it's like, he from Florida, but I don't know what part of the Florida battle rap scene Cutter comes up through that he made it to the trenches. And the most of the Florida cousins don't really like talk about him. In the small performances that we have seen of Cutter, he's been dope. He's been dope. You know, you kind of forget about Cutter, and like you forget about him because we saw him and then we didn't see him and then now he's popping back up. So we were talking, we're talking heavily about the trenches and the roster, bars of trenches. It was Muwop, Tex, Dre Majesty, King, Bo the Great, Lee L&D. Like those were like the name we were hearing a lot about. Cutter we heard about, but we didn't really hear about. So it's interesting that he's popping back out for the trenches, the court series. You know, I want to say what he can do. Like, Cutter can rap, but it do kind of sound like he be rambling when he rapping. Like hurry up and get to the good part. Get to the point. Like, that's the thing for me with him. He can rap, but he gotta get to the good points. That is like he ain't just rapping because he raps good. He put the words together well, but it's for a purpose. Whereas like King Kia's been making a name for himself. You know, he battled Justice, he's battled KD, Optimus, Primus, Beast, as far as the Border Room, ATL. He's been making a name for himself this year, you know. I was critical of Kia in the beginning. I was, you know. I'm like, but then like watching him, I've seen him improve and get better as the matchups have come. Him and Justice was a really good battle. Him and KD is a good battle. He just battled. Where was it? He was just in St. Louis. They said that he did good with House Party in St. Louis. Like, King Kia's been outside. He's been outside and putting on. So you got a person that's been very active versus a person who hasn't been active. Like, that can go that can work in Cutter's favor, that he hasn't battled, but he's still been in the loop, maybe in the lab, tuning, fixing up some things. That could work in his favor. But then on the other hand, you have King Kill's been outside getting the reps, battling tough competition and surviving it. So I got King Kia winning 2-1 clear versus Cutter. You know, battle rap is moving and progressing. It's moving along. So either you gonna move along with it or get left behind. That's how that goes. You know, Cutter needs to come back and have a really good showing against King Kid. Don't let King Kid go in there and just kick your ass. Like, if I have King Kid clearly winning 2-1, but go in there and put up a fight, show that you've been working on your craft. That's what I want to see. I want to see could have come back showing what he's worked on. That's what I want to see. Then the next matchup you got is Ric Flair versus Just Cuz. I want to say Just Cuz on the Foo Fest he battled Chess. I saw that on the flyer. I don't think that battle has dropped yet. I'm not sure. But I've seen Just Cuz before. He's dope. He's dope. Last time we seen Ric Flair was when he battled Lee L&D. He had good material, but it was like he was out of breath. His pacing was off, and he wasn't as clean in that battle. Like if he can fix those few things, like Ric has the bars. He has the bars. That is not something I'm concerned about when I think of Ric Flair. The bars is not something I'm concerned about. It's the pacing, that he's not out of breath and tired, and that he's not like choppy. Like as long as he got that together, him and Just Cuz should be a really good back and forth battle. It should be. It'd be a good back and forth battle. I would edge Ric 2-1 because I think Ric is coming back with a mission. Just show that he belongs over at the trenches. So that should be good. Zeta Dropout versus LSG. Last time I saw LSG was Eminent 6 for SBL when he battled Martin Luther Lane. And he had a solid 3 rounds with Martin Luther Lane, though. He did. He had a solid 3 rounds. Zeta Dropout. I know he's been doing some wrestling bars, matchups with DNA and Dennis Legendary. You know, that's cool. The last actual battle I've seen for him was the tournament one when he lost. As far as the trenches. Like, this is the thing for me with Zeta Dropout. He can rap. But like I said with the tournament, he waited till basically the halfway point of the second round to really get into some good shit. And by then, he had already lost the battle. Like, he got to start off strong. Because if he doesn't start off strong with LSG, he's going to have an upward fight. That battle can really go 2-1 either way. With Zeta Dropout and LSG, it can go 2-1 either way. You know, it's for Zeta Dropout to come back to the trenches and prove why Easy picked you. And have a solid performance. Have a solid 3 rounds. Or some shit that the fans are going to want to hear. And then, like, the main event is OG Capri versus LL Cool J. LL Cool J has a solid resume. Whether, like, you feel the way about him buying the names, I see it as an investment. He just battled Clips recently. I want to say the other weekend he battled Charlie Clips. You know? He has a solid resume with names on it. Like, Cool J puts in the work. You know, you can say, oh, he got these names. What has it done for him? Like, he ain't slacking when he goes and has these names even. And these names not slacking with him. So I see it as a good investment if you're going to make it that the battle is worth watching. OG Capri, last time we seen him, his performance was it was okay. It was okay. Him and his whole rebrand. You were Boogie Flames when you were We Go Hard. Now you're OG Capri. Now that you're the trenches. Um, I like you better as Boogie Flames, rapping wise. I mean, you shot it for battles. And then if you're buying the stream and Easy's gonna give you these battles, also with buying the stream, that's dope. That's dope. I'm not mad at that. Um, Still gotta talk Exodus and I control everything. Maybe tomorrow or Tuesday I'll probably talk those. So yeah. October the 12th, which is next Sunday. The trenches, the court series, four dope battles, and when you buy Exodus, I believe it's when you buy Exodus or I control everything, it's going to be the four battles going to be part of the stream. So support is a battle rap weekend next weekend. Support. Quick little stream, nothing too crazy.